What's going on YouTube? This is Tim with GoldStar Collectibles. We are here to talk about our English edition exclusive CardCaptor Sakura. Or is it? Right. This here was announced way back then, October 12th, 2018. We got an exclusive that Japan doesn't have, since Japan has over 30 plus different ones. I hella want to play all those other ones. I want Steins Gate, I really want Goblin Slayer. I want all these random stuff out of there. I want my ridiculous additional Cinderella girls here in the US. We're not getting them because those are, unfortunately, they're Japanese exclusives. Or you could say that because they're just sold in Japan. Case in point. CardCaptor Sakura was supposed to be the first one in the English edition that is going to be the first one that the US is going to have it in English that we're going to be able to do some damage with. And as you guys know, this is on their website. They announced that they're bringing it out for Japan and China. This is Japanese writing for 2019 is when it's going to be on sale over there. The issue with this is, look, I understand you want to go back and forth. The anime is not that bad. It's a middle school type of deal. I know Japan actually likes the girls that are in middle school and they do like the song and dance and do whatever. But there's a long running history on this particular anime. And I think it would have probably been very strong in Japan. But they, Bushiroad in general, for the Weiss game, they wanted to make an exclusive for English. So a lot of people got really excited that you got long running anime with multiple different seasons coming to the US as an English exclusive. But then they hurried and backtracked because I believe there should have been a lot of backlash because of the actual product. The Japanese team's like, hey, you didn't bring this for us? What are you doing? Case in point, this is what happens. Boom. Now, my customers, they bought it because it was an English exclusive, and they loved it because of the English exclusive mechanics that may be coming with this particular product. They were all hyped on it. Some of them backed away. Some of them said, you know what, we're still going to go with it. But you can't do this. You promising an English exclusive, and you're not going to go with it? Then you're going to have to do something like this, right? Dear Weiss Schwarz Meisters, an addendum to our previous statement of the announcement of the Japanese edition clear card. We would like our sincerest apologies. Look, man, don't go back on your word. Plain and simple. It's a valuable lesson. I mean, are you really listening? You just went back on your word. And now, couple things here. It should be noted that the English edition of CardCaptor Sakura Clear Card product itself was developed specifically for English edition of Weiss Schwarz. As such, we will differ fundamentally from the Japanese edition product. Are you going to make it stronger than the English edition? Because the verbiage and wording doesn't always translate properly. So, you already have a Japanese team. A lot of times when it comes from Japan to America, the Japanese edition plays a little bit differently, plays more fluid, because the translations aren't properly translated in the English edition, which sometimes can make the actual product or the card stronger in Japanese. Now, if I get super into this game, like I'm going to, if I'm getting whooped up by a Japanese product and they explain to me what that card does and my card is the same thing that doesn't do the same thing, we're gonna have an issue. And I think that's where it's gonna have, you gotta get some good translators. You gotta find that equal balance and everybody will be on the same playing field. The other portion here, the product and supply set contents will remain exclusive to the English edition of Weiss Schwarz. That doesn't make sense. The product. What is the product? The product is that the booster box? The supply set contents? You're already contradicting yourself here because you already got the Japanese edition of the product. Product meaning booster box. Ladies and gentlemen, Bushiroad, come on now. Help me out here. The supply set contents remain an English exclusive. Now, if you look over here, 426, this is the supply set. Now, if this is in the regular language, okay, but it's showcasing everything else here, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen here. Plain and simple, This is released 426. This is Chinese language because it's very, very heavily in the kanji area, like all these big words. There's no little ones, so I don't understand it. But if this particular option here is in Chinese, that means again you're contradicting yourself here with the supply set, the product again. So come on, you already said product. You just gotta specifically say what product is gonna be for the English exclusive, but you already put Japanese edition product here. You're kind of going backwards on this, and you guys are just kind of contradicting yourself. I don't like it. I mean, I don't want Batman. Why do I have to have Batman as my exclusive? Did you see Robin? He looks garbage. I do not like the little samurai Batman, whatever, ninja Batman, whatever you want to call it. And these are the kind of like the side notes of what's going on. Now, I've never heard of Weiss Schwarz being a Chinese product, but sending product in over to China, I hate to admit it, if it gets popular, proxies are gonna come. Proxies, meaning that we're gonna have to figure out how to actually tell from fake and real. I don't want to do with that because no copyright laws in China. You know what? I'm not too sure exactly. I just don't want to fight any kind of counterfeits, especially if there's specific cards I want. And I'll keep you guys loaded on that if there's a lot of stuff that are coming proxied out or stuff like that that you can't really tell based on the foiling. It should be a little bit more difficult because the supply and demand may not be as high on these products. But here we go. Once again, we apologize. Distress and inconvenience it caused, the supported product, blah, blah, most transparent, and communications, right? Transparent communications, you've already contradicted yourself once because you haven't clarified anything. The Japanese edition product, is that the same product here? Ladies and gentlemen, I rather have the CardCaptor Sakura as the English edition exclusive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Japanese players are pretty upset because, like I said, the middle school, high school ground, a lot of the guys in Japan think it's really, really cute. They love playing. If you're going to play with your favorite anime, they're going to play with cute anime characters and so forth. But again, what I think that would just end this whole thing is get better translation and have a simultaneous release within Japan, US, and wherever country you want. Simultaneous releases will help alleviate the power level and the struggles because you're going to have a better translating team, and then you'll balance the sets between all different lives. Now, you may be asking like, hey, if you do simultaneous release, one anime is not as popular as other animes and all this stuff in the US, and you gotta balance all these different things. Yes, you do. Konosuba, very popular in the US. Massively popular. Dragon Ball Super, massively popular here in the US. Not so much in Japan, right? Look, you have to gauge it by your print runs. So if it's a highly sought after product, print run's going to be high. Bang Dream, print run high in Americas. No problem because we will go through that product. And, Bang Dream just goes on to America and US. I don't know about China, but you create the demand or you create the supply based on the actual demand with the actual anime. Now, if you say, oh, we didn't make too much because the anime wasn't as popular, then hey, it sells out, it sells out. Plain and simple. You don't always have to have so much. Like, if it's to make it profitable, you need 100 pallets. You make 100 pallets and that's your bar. Now, if it's going to be a super product, you make 200 pallets because you're going to make the benefits of the rest. So, and that's plain and simple. It's logistics. That's how it rolls. But that's how I would gauge it. You got to realize your Attack on Titan 1, you left the junk. Everybody's trying to clearance that sucker out. Even I can't get rid of it. But plain and simple, simultaneous release, control the actual print run based on anime interest in the game, and you could send out feelers, get a company that will actually say, hey, XYZ, get us some consensus of the community. Things like that. You could check different Facebook groups, all that stuff. A lot of stuff you could do for free, but you have to be about your word. Your word is what you have as a company. Like if I say that I'm going to be probably the best, fastest shipper out there, I'm going to try to be the best, fastest shipper out there. Let me know if you guys think. You guys take their apology. I'm on a fence about it. We'll see how it goes on the future releases. But again, thanks guys for listening. Take care.